Alright you lot, Chapel John here, and today we are looking at Transformers, Legacy Armada Universe, Voyager class, Starscream. Here he is in his jet mode. As we can see, looks alright. He comes with a few accessories. This sword here, which is a simplified version of the wing sword that he used to come with on the original toy. And this is his sword, which is a simplified version of what the little minicons used to do, combined together to form that. A sheet of instructions he comes with, and he comes with this little sheet here. So, that's that. Here he is. Looks pretty nice. Now, his colours are going for the toon accuracy. He's going for the cartoon accuracy, rather than toy accuracy, which is why he's coloured the way he is. Instead of the nose cone being black like the original, it's blue, and instead of, like, the wings being coloured like the toys, it's coloured like this. And you'll see that more in robot mode, where the arms are, like, two colours because of that. Excuse me for flipping you off, my bad. Two of them. Sorry about that. Anyway. Yeah, there you go. Now, his cannons do flip forwards. That's nice, like the original toy used to do. You can add effects through here. You can add effects, blast effects from Siege if you want to. Now, the only issue with him is that the back section don't like the tab all that well. Although mine does tab a little bit better than some, I guess. I'm handling him really carefully too, because of that. Tolerances aren't exactly the best. I mean, they're alright, but nothing's going to break off or anything, but certain things are going to be looser than you'd like. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate that, but no, he's alright overall. He looks nice, and the posability, which, since I've mentioned that, I might as well get into transformation, is alright. Okay, transformation is pretty decent. Let's come round to the bottom, since that's where you've got to kind of start. Take the arms, kind of bring them out, like that. Slide them in, and bring them forwards. You need to do that. I'm not kidding, you do need to do it. Very crucial, because if you don't, you're not really going to be able to do much with the legs. Just kind of bring that down. Come round here, split the rear thruster in half, right? And come round here, flip out the legs from here. There are little, like, the feet kind of go into cavities here. Bring them out, down. Alright. Bring this kind of forward. Now, bring out the head, which I kind of forgot to do, admittedly, but no problem. It does it kind of on its own sometimes. Not much of a problem. Right. Bring out the legs, close the doors, flip out the feet, and flip out the heel spur. There is a little tab, which it don't really go into anything, but if you haven't got the nails to flip out the heel, then I suppose this tab will help. Nice. Rotate them round, and there you go. That's the legs all done. Flip this section forwards. Great. Take the nose cone, flip that down, and there is a tab and a slot here. That's how this is going to work. There are hinges here that if you wanted to, you can take these and fold them in. Though I don't tend to do that. You can do it if you want to, but I don't tend to. Take the wings, flip them down, open up the arms, and flip out his hands. Close them up, and that's the arms all done. And again, there are slight tabs here, just in case if you haven't got the nail to flip them out from under there. Though I use my nail as leverage to get it out with the tab. But anyway, that's his hands, his arms. Okay, now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. One way, if you don't want to flip these down along with him, you can take this section here, flip this down, and there are two tabs here, two slots here. There you go. That's it. You can't flip these down. That's it. They're just there. And again, the cannons can flip forward, like in vehicle mode. Or, if you want to flip the whole section down, You can keep that up, flip this down too. But I'm going to need to do that anyway for posability, because his head can't turn without that. Anyway, here he is in robot mode. Looks pretty nice. This is also what I meant by tone accuracy, because his arms are double coloured for that reason. On the original, they were just white. That's why they're coloured like that. Might also be why his tail fins are coloured that way too. And his eyes are yellow instead of red. It's why he's coloured the way he is. He's meant to look like the show. His head, articulation, the head turns 360, although his head is positioned in such a way that if you turn it, it's going to be a little bit off-centered. It's kind of strange. Alright. His head can look up all the way. Going for that seeker look. He can do it. Or, as Emgo likes to say, squirrel. I definitely don't do it as well as he does. Anyway. He can do that. Shoulders go up pretty well. It's on a hinge here. His arms can turn 360 if it weren't for the wings. But hey, you can actually fold them backwards this time round. And a little bit of outwards movement. You can get them a full 360 if you want to. There's a bicep here. Turns 360. Double joints at the elbows, which means he can bend past 90 degrees. His hands can't turn, admittedly. They can kind of bend down for a sword's look. If you wanted to put a sword in his hand and have that happen, you could do that. But, slightly cheating, but you can do it. Waist can't really turn all that well, although you get a little bit of a wiggle. You've got that. Hips go forwards pretty well, though if you fold these in just a little bit, they might go up a little bit farther. Depends. Outwards pretty well. Thigh swivel can turn 360. Be careful with the thighs though, because sometimes his thighs do have a tendency to pop off. I've not done it lately, but sometimes it can happen. I've done it when I first got him. I did it when I first got him, so you might want to be careful with that. That is a QC issue. Matter of fact, a little bit of QC issue sometimes is that the shoulder here, slight QC issues, I will admit, but overall that don't hamper the figure that much. Though, depending how bad it is on your copy, it's going to be a deal breaker. Though on mine, it's not that bad. His knees bend a little bit past 90 degrees, and his feet, they can rock in and out pretty well. They go forwards and backwards. Backwards definitely well, forwards a little bit well. He's got the standard posability, and he does it quite remarkably well. I'll go ahead and flip these up and just flip that down, because I like that look a little bit better. And I'll just flip these forwards, just so that you can get a look at it. Alright, see that? That's how it looks. You've had enough. Alright, the swords can fit in his hands pretty well. Pretty good. Nothing to complain about. Pretty good. Right. So, yeah, pretty good. And you've got that Starscream face. So, yeah, definitely, especially Armada. Really good. Anyway, transformation back is pretty nice too. Flip this up. And, okay. Take the arms, open that up, flip in the hands, close the forearms. There we go. You've got that started. Do the exact same thing with the other. Make sure that the shoulders are straight down. Straight down. You need to do that, because if you don't, then these wing pieces aren't going to line up with it. Which, that is key to lining up the shoulders, whether or not it lines up with the wing. The wing needs to line up with the shoulders actually form part of the wings. Don't do anything with the arms yet, just leave them as they are. Take the nose cone, flip that up. Now, this piece here can move, though I think it depends on clearance. I think that's why you can do that. Flip this some of the way up. Don't flip it up all the way. Some of the way. Take the legs, turn them inwards. It transforms like the original Armada Starscream, with a few modern twists. So that's the best way to describe it. Open these up, open these panels up, and don't be alarmed. They're meant to open the same direction, the left, they're meant to. They're not misassembled. Don't worry, it's meant to be. Flipping the heel spur, flipping the feet all the way. That's crucial, flip the feet in all the way. If you don't, when you flip these in, you can't get them in the cavity very well. Or if you do, then the whole thing is not going to line up very well. you are. And I will say, this must clear the thigh to get in, but it also must clear that section too. A little bit of difficulty on that leg, but it's not all bad, you know. When you do get it in, it's quite nice. Get them in, like that. And when you get these sections together, which is also another reason you must have the feet all the way in, because if you don't, that can't come together, then that will kind of line up the legs for you. Take that, bring it up, and just kind of tab it into place. There are a few tabs here, a tab here and a slot here. You must line that up. Take the head and just kind of bring it down into the body, kind of like the original used to do with the sliding head. The arms, bring them down a little bit, slide them out. That's crucial. Bend at the double joint at the elbows. You're collapsing the arms in. You're collapsing them. And another thing about that too is that, well, get them down just a little bit, slide them out, and kind of, you're getting this section in here. It's kind of got to line up. It's kind of lining up with the contour of the wing. Got that all together. Now, me, I'd like to just make sure everything as good as straight as can be. I like doing that. Don't know about a lot of people. Sometimes I might say that's enough and that will do, but I tend to like things lined up as best as I can. And that is it. That is Transformers Legacy Armada Universe Voyager class Starscream. How was the figure? Well, he's a nice figure. Any problems with him? A few QC issues, admittedly, like certain parts being a little bit looser than you'd like. But, you know, depending on your copy, it might be a deal breaker, although mine it's not, so he's alright. He's got a few gimmicks. He's a very nice figure. Overall, going for the toon accuracy rather than the toy accuracy, which is why he's coloured the way he is. So, yeah. Anyway, hope you liked this video and have a great time. And as always, see you later.